Yes, my name is Chad Daughtry. I've chose to do a paper on Huey Long. For the simple fact is, I believe that he had a lot of his programs that would have worked and continued working in today's society. Huey Long did not want to have the Social Security plan. I agree with that to a certain point, um, but with his other plans that he wanted to put in place, it would have most definitely, worked. Um, he also wanted to limit the amount of hours a person would have to work, so they could spend more time with their family and at home, raise their kids properly, etc. And the only thing I disagree about Huey Long was he wanted to put a cap on how much a person can make. Like say uh, roughly somewhere around 50 million or something like that. I do believe, right off the top of my head. I don't have my paper in front of me. Um, and after that, they couldn't make no more. That the anything that made past that would be distributed amongst, if it was a factory, amongst employees, or um, distributed back to society. I highly disagree with that. I think if somebody can make money, they should be allowed to make whatever amount they want. Um, but he wanted to take their extra over what they make and put it towards retirement, um, etc., for the uh, less fortunate class. Best way to put it. Um, so I agree with a lot of the excuse me, a lot of the programs and etc. that he wanted to do and do away with, um, such as welfare. I think, if my memory serves me right, he did not agree with welfare and putting caps on it, and he did not agree with taking money from you today and giving it back to you later, pretty much without interest. And that's about what Social Security does. And if something happens to you, well, obviously, you don't get it back. So, and your spouse may get half of it back. I think it's the way it works today. Or your children, I think, is eligible for like a certain percentage of it. I'm not for sure. I didn't really research that, but I strongly disagree with that also. Um, if the government takes away altogether 200,000 out of your check amongst your lifetime, that's solid interest free. Where if you was to put it in an interest bearing account, um, obviously you would have a larger income to and a larger retirement. So I agree with a lot of that. The He also, uh, I think, like I said, he also wanted to do a limit to the amount of work hours, and I think it's because of him. Um, I think it's because of him that we are only working 40 hours a week. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty close. It was because of his idea. Because Roosevelt ended up adopting a lot of his ideas and called it his own, which they wasn't. The ideas wasn't Roosevelt's. He created them amongst a lot of things that Huey Long was representing, and Huey Long's ideas. So, not saying Roosevelt lied or nothing, but anyway. So that's why I chose to do Huey Long. It's not a president, or it's not a person that you would have that really sticks out in history, and I don't think it's right. To me, if a lot of his a lot of his ideas would have been in place today, I do not think that the United States would be in a financial disadvantage as it is today. Or I don't think, like the welfare case, from my example, he wasn't for it. Today we have a welfare with no cap on it. So if once you get on welfare, you can be on it until you're dead of old age. I don't care if you get on it at the age of 12. That's ridiculous. That is what is draining. My personal opinion, that is what's draining our economy today. Is a lot of the plans that he fought against that was put in play, and I think a lot of the plans that he also fought for has put in play, but they don't work. One don't work without the other. So it has helped our society, and now he's created Huey Long also wanted a minimum wage. He created the ideas of minimum wage come from Huey Long, the ideas of a 40-hour work week, to where people couldn't work 60, 80 hours a week or threatening their jobs if they didn't work it. Actually, I think Huey's was only wanting a 30-hour work week. If my memory serves me right, it's only a 30-hour work week. So, he had a lot of good ideas that other presidents adopted and claimed as their own. So that's why I chose to do my presentation on Huey Long. Well, thank you, and I hope you enjoy my paper and this presentation. Thank you. Bye-bye.